Welcome, everybody, to the very first episode of the Crypt of Cringe podcast. I am your host with the ghost, Lord Scubacabra, and I would like to introduce to you my very lovely, my very sexy wife and co-host. That's so weird saying you're my co-host. My ride or die, the smiling octopus, my wife Melody. Hello, honey.
Hi, baby. It's an honor to do a podcast with you finally.
Well, I mean, it was your idea. You've been telling me that you wanted to do a podcast for the longest time, and we just didn't really know what we wanted to do. So, explain why we're doing this podcast.
Okay, so I've been dying to do something. I've always wanted to do a podcast because I think it's a lot of fun. I wanted to do this because I heard so many negative reviews about this movie, and I just thought I don't see this type of podcast a lot, and I critique movies on a regular basis, and I shouldn't,
Yeah,
it's
you
not
should,
like
because your opinion's usually wrong about movies.
that is not true. But anyway, I shouldn't because I'm not, a professional writer or whatever. So I'm not a movie maker.
But you know what? We've been in a movie, and that's all that matters. And it might be a movie that we end up reviewing for the Crypt of Cringe.
I have a lot to say about that movie. But yes. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was fun making it. But taking away the cringe factor of the movie.
It was so cringe.
It was.
Yes.
But we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about our episode 1, and that is what are we reviewing today, honey? Or critiquing, I should say.
War of the Worlds featuring
That's right.
Ice Cube.
Forget about Tom Cruise. We're talking about the Ice Cube version. Now, there are people out there that do not know that there is a 2025 War of the Worlds film. I posted it to Facebook. People were like, what are you talking about? War of the Worlds was such a good movie. And I'm like, no. I'm talking about the Ice Cube version. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? Now, I had never seen this movie, and I started watching it, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Because right off the bat, it's cringy as shit. But we watched it together for this podcast, and it was the longest hour and a half of my life. It felt like 3 hours long watching this movie, and you kept saying, fast forward, just get to the end, I'm like, no, we have to do this for the podcast.
Just finish it.
You just wanted to finish it. But
it was so bad.
I don't know. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Crypt of Cringe, the show where bad movies crawl back from the grave so we can roast them properly.
Let's go.
Yeah, and today's corpse on the table, like we said, is Ice Cube's bargain bin invasion epic, because if this came out on DVD, that's where it would go, straight to the bargain bin. War of the Worlds.
Or like the dollar movie.
No, because I like
the rental ones.
I like dollar movies. I miss our dollar cinema. I used to go just to eat popcorn and watch a shitty movie.
I'm not talking about the cinema. I'm talking about Redbox.
Oh, yeah, Redbox. Rip Redbox, rip.
I did like that.
So, I don't know if you know this or not, honey, because there's a lot of older movies and books and stuff that you really haven't read or seen. Did you ever see the 2005 Tom Cruise War of the Worlds?
No.
Okay, so that is something that we're going to have to watch, and I should have had you watch it so you could have seen how much more epic it is than this. Granted, it's not one of my favorite films, but it's way better than this. It's a fucking masterpiece compared to this movie. But War of the Worlds originally started as a 1898 novel. Okay, it was a book by H.G. Wells, and it's a sci-fi classic. It's one of those books that people just absolutely love. And especially if you're a sci-fi nerd, War of the Worlds is definitely something that you have in your collection. And it's basically about humanity versus the unknown. But in 1898, it was completely different than the version that we have now. Even a lot more different than the 2005 version. And then okay, so this is pretty cool. I don't know if you know this or not. So in 1938, they did a radio broadcast. It was Orson Welles did a radio broadcast of War of the Worlds. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, the cool thing is about this is that nobody knew that it was Orson Welles just, reading this script. It came on like a news broadcast. It played out like a news broadcast.
So they thought it was real. Yes, it's messed up.
It created mass hysteria. People were freaking the fuck out. And in 1938, you have to think there was no cell phones. There's no internet. You just have this radio. I don't even think there was TV yet. And if there was, it was very, very brand new. But I don't think there was TV in 1938. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not that old. But imagine sitting there in the living room. It's 1938. This broadcast comes over the air, basically telling you that the world's being invaded by aliens.
I would freak out. I would freak out hardcore.
Well, I mean, and everybody did, and it caused this mass hysteria to where people were just, like I said, freaking the fuck out. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, we got the 2005 version, which is Steven Spielberg. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's Spielberg. Come on.
Big and grand and explosive.
Yes, massive budget. It's a big spectacle.
Yep.
But it's still, a lot of people are still divided on the film, whether it's a good movie or not. You have to watch it.
I've heard good things about it. More good things than bad things. But I do want to watch it. It's on my list.
I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan.
I think some of his movies are good.
Some of them. I mean, you like Mission Impossible and all that shit. I'm not.
Only one. I've seen only one.
Well, fair, but I'm not a big.
I thought it was good. And hold on. What about that Rock of Ages?
Okay, first of all, that's not a Tom Cruise movie. That's a movie that Tom Cruise is in. Okay?
Exactly.
And I love Rock of Ages. So after Tom Cruise, this has lied dormant for 20 years. Actually, more like 15 years, because while we were watching this movie, I said, holy shit, this looks like it was filmed during COVID. Everything was from a cell phone or a computer or a webcam. None of the actors were ever in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
Until they were. And it was kind of towards the end, but majority of the time it's like if we were filming a movie with this view that we have here right now.
So now do we need to give a spoiler alert in this podcast?
No, absolutely not, because there's nothing to be spoiled, because this is not a good movie. I could understand if it was an awesome movie, but you know how War of the Worlds plays out, and it plays out just the same as it does in the other versions, but instead of it being good, it's horrible. It's so bad.
Yeah, it got 3%.
It's got a 3% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomato.
3%.
40 reviews.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. The other one had a 4, but this is pretty bad. The other one had 76%, but yeah.
I mean,
and this is updated review right now.
Yeah. 3%, 76%. I'll take the 76%. But you know what? Even at that, though, there's some movies that people hate that are cringy as shit that I just love because they hold that nostalgia factor in my heart and in my mind. But this is definitely not one of them. You could not pay me to rewatch this. Well, maybe you could pay me, but
no, you can't pay me.
I wouldn't willingly rewatch this movie again.
I would not at all.
So to break this down real quick, I'm going to give you the plot breakdown, and then we'll talk about the cast and crew, just so our listeners and our viewers can hear everybody that's in this atrocity. So plot breakdown. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS officer Will Radford, works for a government surveillance program that can monitor every person on Earth. His relationship with his pregnant daughter, Faith, and son, Dave, is strained due to his use of the program to constantly monitor them, while helping FBI agents try to find a mysterious hacker known as Disruptor. Meteors begin striking all over the planet. Large machines emerge from these and start attacking humans, which Will and his friend Sandra from NASA ascertain to be an alien invasion. Dun, dun, dun. And that is 2025 War of the Worlds. And I will say, some of the people in this movie is surprising.
Yeah, so the plot doesn't seem too bad.
It doesn't. It actually
The
seems like a
plot seems
really, really good
interesting.
plot. It seems very
It's the
interesting.
execution that kind of makes it a poo-poo.
So we have Ice Cube, as I said, as William Radford. We have Eva Longoria as Dr. Sandra Salas. She works for NASA. Very, very believable. Clark Gregg as Donald Briggs, director of the Department of Homeland Security. Imam Benson as Faith Radford. Henry Hunter Hall as Dave Radford. Devin Bostick as Mark Goodman, and that is the Amazon delivery guy. And don't get me started on the Amazon shit. We'll talk about that here in a bit, because this went directly to Amazon, which it should, because it was legit just a fucking Amazon commercial. That's all this was.
Did Amazon sponsor this?
Yeah, they did. They did.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
So then we have Michael O'Neill as Walter Crystal, who is the United States Secretary of Defense. Andrea Savage as Sheila Jeffries, who is an FBI agent. And I will say her scenes were cringy as
so bad.
shit.
So bad.
There is a scene where she is running into the building because Will found Disruptor, and so they're going into the building, right? And she's talking to him on her cell phone before they rush into the building, guns drawn, mind you, guns drawn. And then you see it from a surveillance camera, and she has her cell phone in her hand as she's holding her gun, so that she could talk to what it was. I'm like, what? That's stupid.
So
and then we have Jim Meskimen as the President of the United States of America. So the world is ending. The world is ending. But the budget for this movie was already gone from the get-go, because they give you horrible Windows 95, Windows Movie Maker effects. Those alien creatures looked absolutely atrocious. There was nothing realistic about those. I saw better graphics in like PlayStation 1 videos. Thoughts?
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely. It was the fact that you can see the green screen in his glasses.
Oh my God, so many times too. It wasn't even just once or twice.
It was horrendous.
It was like they didn't give a shit.
I always think that actors can play any role because they're actors, but I think Ice Cube is only meant for comedy. His acting was not up to par. I could not take him seriously when it came to his screams, his
what's the one he's in with Kevin Hart? Is that Ride Along? I mean, it's a comedy,
but it's comedy.
So the movie starts off with very shitty stock footage of the world, and you can tell it's stock footage. They literally blur out people's faces. There's soldiers marching. There's all this other shit going on, and they're blurring out faces on this stock footage because they're trying to make it seem like it's not stock footage, but it's obviously stock footage. And everything just looked like it was cut in 480p. It wasn't even anything good. You know what I mean?
The graphics weren't even that good. I don't know. And I got confused by his wife situation.
She died.
She died?
Yeah, she was dead.
Did she die? But then again, the ex-wife was picking them up.
Huh?
Yeah, there was a point that they were like, "Oh, wife is gonna pick him up. Wife is gonna pick him up."
I don't remember that part.
You missed that part? I do. I
missed it.
That part. Yeah,
I was zoning in and out, trying to stay.
And I was so confused. I'm like, did she die? They just get a divorce, or what's going on?
I don't know, man. The tripod design had some. That's what they're called, tripods.
It was unrealistic too. So unrealistic.
Very unrealistic. But they had, they could have been better. They could have been better. But it looks less like an invasion and more like someone's Windows 95 screensaver popped on. Spielberg had Tom Cruise running from these really giant, awesome tripods with tentacles and shit, and Ice Cube got PowerPoint transitions. Yeah. And it wasn't even good though. That's the thing.
Let's get real. What was the budget in this movie?
Oh, you know what? I didn't even look that up.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. The budget for War of the Worlds. I don't know. It's 89 minutes long. It was just released June 30th. I don't know. I don't see anything for the budget. The budget couldn't have been a lot. I mean, because they were all filmed, and we'll do that in the very small behind the scenes that I have. It talks about how this was started, put
65
together.
million.
They did not spend 65 million on this
It
bullshit.
said the War of the Worlds 2025 film, which is star Ice Cube, had a reported budget of 65 million.
For what?
I don't know.
For the Amazon Air drone?
I feel like that was pocketed by the wrong
Holy
people. It was
shit.
not used.
There is no way we could have made this film
We could have.
$100.
We could have easily with better graphics.
Holy shit. $65 million on this? That is
And
just
then on Rotten Tomatoes says apparently they were only given 200K budget to film the movie. It's basically Ice Cube, but that's what someone said on Rotten Tomatoes. So I don't know. I don't know who to believe. I have no idea.
there's no way it was 65 million. The 200K I believe.
That's what it said with AI overview. I don't know if AI is correct. AI could be wrong.
I don't know. But anyway, so after this intro with horrible stock footage, we are introduced to Ice Cube, Will Radford, who is quite possibly the worst, least believable everyman hero, because he's supposed to be this dad, this, guy that's so into his job, and it's not believable at all. And then his glare, it works in Friday. It works when he's, with Kevin Hart in Ride Along, but the way he does it into the screen,
it doesn't work.
It's like if you thought Are We There Yet was a horrible road trip movie, buckle up, because this is even worse. This is even worse.
Yeah. I think I don't think he's capable of portraying anybody else. And
no, he's Craig.
Beginning of the movie, I didn't like the fact that he was basically using Facebook.
Oh, to hack.
using Facebook to hack, using sources.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Oh my God.
inconsistencies with his hacking abilities. But
So
who knows?
much.
Maybe that is how the government's hacking
So
us. Maybe there's more.
And then, what was the funny part? Funny part? He had to ask someone for the YouTube login and password.
Oh yeah, he asked his son for the YouTube login. He's this NSA hacker, but had to ask his son for the YouTube login and password. Made no sense. Made no sense. But speaking of the son, we meet like the most generic family members and the most generic side characters ever.
Well, I think the daughter was a good actress. I'll give her
she was good. I'll give her that. She was good. She's the one that probably had like the most believable stuff happen to her. She did get hurt. She's pregnant. She's playing this estranged daughter that is just basically fed up with dad's shit.
Yeah.
So she's every teenage and 20-year-old out there.
Mm-hmm.
So the aliens land in these meteors while all this dumb shit's going on with Ice Cube talking to his kids, and then these meteors start falling and crazy shit starts happening, and then Ice Cube gives us what is quite possibly the worst reaction to a son's death ever. And I'm going to reenact that for you right now. All right? Ready? Run! Run! No! I don't remember the son's name. I think it was like Dave. Dave! And even that was more believable than Ice Cube's performance.
That was really good.
Thank you. So yeah, the aliens come, and Eva Longoria, our NASA scientist, goes and stands next to this giant asteroid meteor thing, and robot comes out and it starts doing what giant robots do. Only in this one, they are searching for food, and not like the 2005 version are they looking for humans for food. They are looking for data. Data is why they are here on Earth, because this alien race is a synthetic organic blend of creature that consumes data for sustenance. And okay, cool. You got me on that. That's kind of cool. The thought process of that was really cool. But once again, we run into that very, very shitty CGI that just does not work. They start attacking cities, they start attacking people, and they show these scenes where the people that are talking on camera are panicking, and then you see people in the background just walking normal, people driving normal. We have our Amazon delivery guy who is driving in the middle of the fucking streets that are supposed to be being obliterated, but he's just driving just fine. No problems, making his way. There's a scene where Ice Cube's daughter goes outside of the building. She gets attacked. Another horrible, oh my God, I think my kid's dead scene. And she gets her leg impaled with a iron rod right in her, her artery on her leg. So she's going to pull it out, and Ice Cube's like, no, don't pull it out. She's a scientist. You would think that a scientist would know pulling it out means bleeding out.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
So in that part, it's just kind of like, oh God, that's so dumb. And even the family drama between them, it just doesn't feel real at all. And I know it's a movie, but there's times where you actually feel like a family is a family. Mm-hmm. You definitely do not get that in this movie.
You don't connect with the characters at all. There's no, oh, he's dying. Oh, she's dying, or she's dead. There's zero connection to the characters.
Yeah, 100%. I just feel like this movie, it shouldn't have been made at all.
No, maybe they had AI write it.
Well, this was 2020 when they started working on it.
Oh.
So AI wasn't as in the foreground as it is now. But so I've been talking about my thoughts on the movie, but I want to hear your thoughts on the movie because this is an us podcast. It's not just me talking and rambling. I need you to talk and ramble too.
Yeah, but you have so much to say.
Well, because I did a lot of research on this shit and it hurts my brain, but I need you to talk about it. I need from the get-go, we're not at the end yet. We are at the daughter getting impaled. We're not going to go any further, but give me your thoughts while sitting down on the couch next to me watching this movie up until that point.
Yeah, the first 2 minutes I regret starting the movie. From the way he was navigating through social media and stalking his kids and using camera and getting updates, or I'm sorry, from clicking on the source to hack into someone's location. I regret watching this movie.
And like I said, this was your idea.
This was my idea because I wanted to see why everybody was just complaining about it. And I want to talk about the worst movies that ever come out and actually see if it's pretty bad or it's just bogus. But the fact that this movie became viral because of how bad it is, that tells you something.
But you know what? That's and I hate to say it, that's kind of the fun part of it, though.
It is.
It's now if I still drank and you were able to drink and we had a group of friends and we put this movie on and did like a drinking game for every time there was a cringy scene, we'd have been shit-faced halfway through the movie.
No, it would have been phenomenal. Definitely a lot of fun. But this is definitely a movie that everyone's going to refer back to. It made history in all the wrong reasons, but it's definitely on there. People are going to refer to it. Oh my God, do you remember? Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? I'm surprised they even got Eva Longoria as a cast member. So
I'm sure that she even thought that, it wasn't going to be this. Even maybe Ice Cube, I'm pretty sure that they thought it was going to be something completely different than what they filmed, but they filmed all of this on tablets, like legit on tablets, on cell phones. There was no real movie cameras. Like everything was filmed on cell phones, but in that same aspect, granted, we didn't really like 28 Years Later, but that whole movie was filmed on iPhones. You couldn't tell. No. It looked like it was legitly filmed with a real film camera, but it wasn't. It was filmed with cell phones, and this it felt like it was edited on CapCut. A lot of the transitions were CapCut worthy. And I know because I use CapCut when I make my goddamn wrestling promos.
Exactly. This could have been done a lot better. I think the premise was good. They had a great idea. The execution just fell flat. The acting fell flat. I'm disappointed that Ice Cube was the lead because I expected him to do better and portray a different character than the Friday movies, but genuinely I feel like it was nothing but I just saw comedy in him, and I know that's not what he meant.
It's like, where's Day-Day when you need him? Day-Day would have made this movie.
So were there any parts that scared you?
I did jump once, didn't I?
think you did, and I can't remember.
I did jump once, but it's because I was not fucking paying attention. And it wasn't so much that the movie got scary. It was the fact that I was not paying attention, and my subwoofer is right on the side of the couch where I sit. And so the vibration of that and the jump scare in the movie kind of got me. Now, it wasn't anything where it was like, oh my God, it's so scary. It was just like, oh, you fucking bitch, you got me.
Yeah. No, same. I didn't connect. Maybe if they would have gone a little further into the characters, give us a history on it, it would have been a little bit better. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting movie. I don't recommend watching again.
So the whole reason that the aliens even came down to Earth was because there's a giant, I forgot what the hell it was called. I don't even remember the damn name of it, that they were going to turn on, and it was like this ultimate way to spy on everybody. And it was buried 40 feet under the ground. And, you know,
where Ice Cube was.
Yeah, in the same building where Ice Cube was. But they were going to turn it on, and they were like, no, don't turn it on. It's not anything good. And then fucking Agent Coulson from, I just kept calling him Coulson. I don't even remember what his real name is in this movie. But Coulson from Avengers.
Goliath, that's what it was.
Goliath. Yes. So they're going to turn Goliath on, and everybody's like, no, don't do it. And they end up turning Goliath on anyways. And that is what brings the aliens to Earth. Mind you, they've been here already before because, surprise, surprise, Disruptor finally shows his face after Ice Cube has been chasing Disruptor for, I don't know if it's months or years, however long. And come to find out, Disruptor is none other than, oh my God, who is it?
Son.
His son is Disruptor. And he's like, how could you do this to me? But he did try to warn him. He did try to say, hey, Dad, like, this is what's going on. And Ice Cube didn't want to hear it because who wants to hear what their teenage son has to say? Been there, done that. But then Disruptor has a whole group of Avengers, like, I guess they're hackers that the aliens end up fucking killing. And so what happens is they're going to upload a virus so that when the alien creatures basically turn on themselves or some shit like that, they're going to poison the food, which is the data. They're uploading a virus. And it doesn't work, and the aliens triangulate where they're at, and they all die. And that's when Ice Cube has his second run in with his son's death. And lo and behold, his son is not dead yet again. He triangulated to their house, and they blew up Ice Cube's house. And the son comes back, and he's like, oh, no, I'm at so-and-so's apartment. And he's like, why the fuck did you triangulate to the house? They just blew my damn house up. Well, what? Why wouldn't you triangulate to the apartment from the house? Blah, 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 whatever. Which made me laugh. It did make me chuckle. And so they get the knowledge, everybody dies that was on this Avengers hacking team. And then the daughter, like I said, she's a scientist, and she ends up pulling the damn rod out of her leg. So Ice Cube is leading Amazon boy Roderick from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. If you guys have ever seen Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick makes his return in this movie as an Amazon delivery driver who is engaged and impregnated a scientist. Makes a hell of a lot of sense. So he gets to the girl finally, and he's like, I'm with her. She pulled the damn thing out, and she's basically fucking bleeding out. And Ice Cube's like, you got to get a tourniquet on there, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And he busts out an Amazon or his fucking packing tape. And he's like, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. And he's like, trust me, I'm a professional. Which is Amazon tagline. Yeah. It was very, it was bad. It just, from that point on is when it felt like it was a Amazon commercial. From that point on. So then she, like I said, she's a scientist. She created some kind of cannibal DNA thing. And when they find out that these things also have DNA, they're like, oh, we can use that to make them turn on themselves. So we got to upload a virus and that together. And we got to figure out how to merge these two things into one. And they do it within record time because in like less than 5 minutes, they have this shit figured out. They figure it out. And then they send it to Ice Cube. And they're like, you need to upload it to a thumb drive and take it down to Goliath. So that way you can put it in the computer and we'll kill these things. So what happened? What happens? Well, Ice Cube does not have a thumb drive anywhere in that entire building of the NSA because the NSA does not allow thumb drives. So then the worst part for me was this next scene. And that is when the boyfriend tells Ice Cube, "Oh, I can get you a thumb drive. He's like, how are you going to get it to me? Well, we're going to use Amazon Air." And he's like, "What's Amazon Air?" And he's like, "It is the future of delivery," and pulls out a goddamn drone. He's like, "They've been training us, blah, 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 this and that." So he puts on these VR goggles, has the drone, and he's like, "Oh, but you need to order a thumb drive for me to activate the drone." So Ice Cube goes to Amazon, and you literally see on his computer, it goes step by step, like if you were going to go to Amazon and order something.
Amazon product.
Yes. And so he orders an Amazon package. The drone activates. He starts flying this drone through the streets of LA or wherever the fuck they are. I don't even know. Oh, no, they're in Washington. That's where they are. They're in fucking Washington. There's giant aliens everywhere shooting lasers, and he's like, "I need help." So the son steals a military drone and starts shooting rockets at these aliens from the military drone.
I like how he can steal a military drone, but he can't activate an Amazon drone.
Yeah, they can't activate the Amazon drone, but they can fucking hack into military drones. Very, very
so
simple. Because the Amazon security is way more higher than the United States security. So then the drone gets to the building where Ice Cube is, but the president has said, "You know what? Bomb it. Bomb the hell out of these aliens." Ice Cube's running downstairs. He's go. There's alien tentacles down there. Then the drone gets to him. He gets the thumb drive, uploads it, puts it in, and then has the worst. And I will say this is the worst death in quotation marks on scene ever. There was no. He plugs the USB in while he is being taken by these giant robot tentacles and just says, "I love you guys," and then you think he's dead. So anyways, the movie ends and we find out that Ice Cube in fact did not die. They want him to work on this new thing. The aliens have killed themselves, and we see shots of the world and everything's perfect. We see Ice Cube out in the open. They're having a baby shower, this and that, and the world is just happy. There's absolutely no sign that these aliens ever attacked Earth.
Mm-hmm. Everything's back to normal.
Everything is back to normal. 100% back to normal. I think that, and then the credits start to roll. And I think the scariest part of this movie was seeing that this movie actually had crew. And I feel sorry for them. Like, I'm completely convinced that the names are fake.
Yep.
And it's probably aliens trying to hack us and making us think that people actually worked on this fucking movie. So special thanks to absolutely nobody that worked on this fucking movie, man. You made a movie. Bravo, bravo. Let's give a round of applause. You made a movie. But at what cost? And I can say that because I too have made a movie and it was not good. So I know a thing or two about shitty movies. Granted, I didn't direct it, but I acted in it, and my acting was more believable than Ice Cube's acting in this movie.
You had great death scenes.
I did. My death scene. Your horrible death scene that I always make fun of you for was absolutely Oscar worthy compared to any of the death scenes in this fucking movie or what we thought were to be death scenes. It's just blood and boobs. Okay, so now that we're done talking about the whole fucking movie, I want to go into what was your what the fuck moment of the movie.
I have so many.
Just one.
You give me yours. It's gonna be a moment.
My what the fuck moment is when Ice Cube is talking and is supposed to have this dialogue with the president and everybody, talking about how his analysis of this and that, and it sounds like he's reading the script and he just got the script. There's no emotion in it. There's nothing that makes it seem like this man knows what he's talking about. Matter of fact, I'm going to put that in right here. Watch this.
Gentlemen, we're seeing a full attack on our infrastructure, on power grids, water, communication, and top-level military targets. They knew exactly where they were going, and they are systematically eliminating resources and our ability to coordinate a response. Here, let me show you. These locations are our global response headquarters, our most sensitive targets, and they're taking them out one by one.
Am I right?
That's exactly it.
It's horrible. It's fucking horrible.
So I think one out of many what the fuck moments. Yeah. I think one of them was the YouTube. He couldn't hack into a YouTube account, which was crazy. Let's see. but he can hack into people's text messages and much more. So I thought that was interesting. And the fact that they need to use cell phones, but when he has access to all cameras in every corner, but they still need to use cell phones. To me, that was crazy. That was nuts. And the fact that he had to order something from Amazon in order to activate something but he can't hack into it.
When he too was clearly hacking drones when he was spying on his kids.
Exactly, he was.
Like,
he was
100%.
But he
and
couldn't
at this
into
point,
Amazon.
At this point, we need to talk about how they revoked his access, and his son gave him complete access to everything. Again, level 5 clearance
from
and
Amazon.
You still had to buy something
the last
from Amazon.
like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Crucial 5 minutes.
So do you have anything that sticks out as far as did they really just say that moment? Like oh my God, I can't believe they just said that. It's so cringe.
It was the letter to his kids in case he would have died.
Okay, yeah, I forgot that, in the last moments of the planes about to come,
the email.
He did. He scheduled the email. He had time to write a, like 3-paragraph letter while 5 minutes away, airplanes are coming to bomb. I would say, I don't think it's cringe or like a what the fuck did he really do? It's just the way that Ice Cube enunciates some of his words. So when he's like, run! You know what I mean? Like,
it was pretty bad.
It's that typical Ice Cube, Ezel! You know what I mean?
Now, do you think this movie would have been better with a different main actor?
No, I think it still would have sucked regardless. Maybe it could have been a little bit better, but I don't think it would have been anything watch worthy. You know what I mean? And I will say there is one MVP of the movie, and that is the horribly CGI'd alien that trips on its own leg, and it does not look like it was done on purpose.
I did like the daughter. Her acting was good.
She was probably the best actress, because even Eva Longoria's acting in this was not good.
But her
it's like she did it just for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going for our cringe factor ranking now. This is the cringeometer, ladies and gentlemen, the cringeometer. So the way we're going to do this is our scale is going to go 1 to 10. Okay, 1 being watchable, 10 being it should be a fucking crime. Okay, so you can give it anywhere between 1 to 10. Now this is our first episode. Okay, so for me, I have to be careful on what we give it, because is this unwatchable? I think with a group of friends, it would be a funny watch. You know what I mean? It's not something that I would watch by myself, but I think with a group of people, we could watch it and make fun of it together.
You can turn this into a game beautifully.
Definitely into a drinking game. I'm gonna let you go first. What do you score this movie? A 6. Okay, so a little bit over the halfway mark. Okay.
Just because it can be turned into a game.
Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna give it an 8. I have to, because it was that bad.
Wait, are you saying 10 is the worst?
Yeah, 10 is the worst.
Okay.
The only reason I'm not giving it a 10 is because it can be turned into a drinking game.
Yeah, of course it can be turned into a drinking game. Or just a game in general. Okay, yeah, I'm sticking to 6.
Okay, so the way this is going to work is anything over a 5 gets the Crypt of Cringe official stamp. Okay? And so the official rating for this movie by the Crypt of Cringe cast, which is myself and my lovely wife, is a 7. So yes, this movie gets the official Crypt of Cringe podcast stamp of do not watch this shit.
Yep, don't do it.
It's gonna be bad. This movie did not contribute anything to cinematic history except that it's fucking shit. But like I said, this is one that I would probably watch with friends if I was drinking and had zero expectations.
Yeah, I agree. Know. This is so bad that it's a joke.
Yeah,
but it's a great conversational starter. Have you seen World? It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a great conversational piece, and that's
definitely used it at the bar.
Yeah, well, saying you got people to watch it too, and I feel bad for them.
I did. He got halfway, and he was so mad that I made him watch it.
Poor James. Shout out James. Shout out James. Love you, man. So we don't have a list of movies that we're going to watch yet, but there are so many cringy films out there that I feel that this is just going to get bigger and bigger. And as we do this a lot more and we get the outline done a little bit better, I think it'll flow a lot more. Is there anything that you want to say?
No, not at all.
All right. Now, this is something I did not ask you, so I'm asking you right here, right now. How often are we going to do this podcast? Are we doing it weekly, monthly, bi-weekly? What are we doing? What are you thinking?
I would like to do this every other week.
Every other week. All right. So you heard it. You heard it here first, folks. The Crypt of Cringe podcast will be a bi-weekly show. Maybe sometimes we'll do a live show, but for the first episode, we're going to put some effort into it. And then if I get tired of editing shit, then we will
do live.
Yeah, we'll just do live and just, have a live show. So join us here in 2 weeks when we dig up another cinematic disaster. If you thought War of the Worlds was bad, oh boy, buckle up because this ride is about to get fucking ugly. I am your host, one of your Lord Scubacabra, the host with the ghost, saying tune in next time. And that is the Smiling Octopus, who she was supposed to give her outro, but I will do it for her, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Smiling Octopus. Be sure to follow her on Twitch. She does do her Twitch streams and plays video games and has fun doing it and looks very, very cute doing it too, I must say.
It's a lot of fun. Thank you.
All right. Peace.